Okay. So I've been thinking the past few days, I have thrown myself into this kind of predicament where I said I would make one video per day until fucking November 13th. I'll go check the other video. And I have, or I've posted a video at least once a day, either on this channel or my anime channel, which I want to be my main channel. Um, but how to put it? Basically, between doing my full time job, a bit of exercise, watching anime, um, and also working on, um, bigger projects I want to do, um, which the current one includes watching all the seasonal anime um, that's currently airing. I don't have a lot to offer in terms of daily content. So I probably should just do a vlog like this, just something kind of unscripted, something just like, hey, just fucking put something out. Because um, actually, this weekend, I wanted to talk about three anime I watched over, three different ones I watched over that weekend. And I actually was really pleasantly surprised by all three of them. And then I realized I'd rather have this be more polished because this is something I actually really care about. Not that I don't care about just like, vlogging or talking to a camera just about my day, but that stuff like I really care about. Like that's the thing I want to make or talk about or just make something about. Stuff about my day. I care about myself, but it's like, do other people care? I mean, I don't know how to put it. It's not the thing. It's not the thing. Like, my day will happen no matter what I do. But I feel like I'm not being clear and whatever. But today what happened? Yeah, I think I'm just gonna do like a fucking shitty ass random vlog today. I don't know in the future. Yesterday I did a small like 1 minute edit for some anime scenes, and that took me until fucking 2:40 ish. I think actually three. If I check my history, it was a three. So 2:41 I stopped using their web browser. AM of course. And it made me more tired today, obviously, and it probably isn't the best thing like in terms of efficiency. It was fun, and I think pushing myself to do things is good, but um, I think it is good to like make something every day, and I realize that's something I do want it to be a video, but also um being able to like keep my creative juice running just throughout the day in other ways. For instance, like cooking or not even cooking, but just like I realized ever since becoming a working adult, I've lost some creativity with food. So before I would, and I think a lot of kids do this, it's something kids have fun with, right? They take whatever food they have and they combine it in interesting ways to make it taste better. Because as a kid, you don't have a lot of options over the things you eat. Let's be honest, you kind of just take what's given to you, given at the lunch like cafeteria in school, given by your mom and or dad, um, and you make do with it to make it taste as good as you can. But as I became an adult, I would just like order something from Panera, let's say, and Panera is very very good. So there's not a lot I can improve with my rudimentary culinary skills. For instance, would you put ketchup on a fucking Panera sandwich? No, that's a maybe, but I wouldn't most of the time, right? So I kind of got out of practice with that. I remember I used to like I invented this way of eating. I it sounds so like I think all kids invent a different way of eating things, but I invented this way of eating something in my family, which is you take like this mantle, like the steamed like I don't know what to call it, like a bun. It's a bun, but it's pretty much there's nothing in the bun. It's just like bread. And you have egg and you have ketchup, and that's all you just you open up the manto and you put the egg in it and you put ketchup on it, and I really enjoyed eating it like that, and I feel like um losing that part of me was like losing a bit of my creative ability, I guess. And it's just like like I think that like food is a good place to like experiment with things. um uh, and also just like in terms of saving money, it's nice, cooking more or just like maybe taking some cheaper options, but combining them in a way to make them tastier. Um, for instance, today and yesterday, I've been cooking bean sprouts with egg and cheese, and just maybe putting ketchup, maybe putting today I had some salsa, like cilantro, basil. You can do a lot of things, and it was like it actually tasted pretty good. Now I think when you cook your own thing, when you cook something yourself, it does tend to taste better because you taste that effort, you taste that blood you put into it. Uh, but not literally blood, like the blood, sweat, and tears, like work you put into it. Hopefully not literally blood. Um, and but the thing is, like for me, when I try to cook like professionally, I try to follow a recipe or something, or I try to like do a specific thing. It can be a little bit stressful, or it can be, a lot of times I don't follow recipes properly. I skip a step. I buy the wrong ingredient. I have to use a substitute ingredient. That's just a lot of anxiety, and I think that maybe turned me off a little bit from cooking. Even like, and also, how to put it? I think buying HelloFresh, I bought like 3 or 4 HelloFresh boxes. I try to like wait for them to like, for when it's on sale. So if you do HelloFresh and you start the first HelloFresh box you get, they give you a huge discount, and then the second one is a slightly smaller discount. The third one, I think it's most of the discount is gone at that point. But if you stop your plan and don't get any HelloFresh for a while, in a few months or maybe even a few weeks, I'm not sure how they decide, but they'll send you like a really good deal for like your next first box. So you can kind of just continually get HelloFresh like maybe once every few months, for like a cheap 3 meals, let's say, because it does end up pretty cheap in that first one. But anyways, the point was that so I was ordering HelloFresh, and I think it became like a chore. It became even more of a chore than it would be, because not only do I have to like it's not only am I do I have to like cook. I have these ingredients I need to cook or they'll go bad, but I have to cook them in this specific recipe that HelloFresh gave me. Now I chose these recipes, right? Except for the time that I didn't. I forgot to choose recipes and it just auto ordered for me, which is really fucking annoying. But for the most part, you choose the recipes you order. But even then, even if you chose a recipe, you don't always want to, for me, I don't always want to make that thing that day. Like, do I want chicken parm exactly today? Yeah, the answer is most of the time, probably no. Or maybe like, 80% of the time, no. I know like some of my friends eat the same thing every day, and that's awesome. But for me, I need to like spice it up a bit. So yeah, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm just gonna post this. But let me talk about the anime I watched today. So I watched episode 3 of Chainsaw Man. It was a good episode. I enjoyed it a lot. I'm regretting that I didn't like decide to wait a little longer, because I feel like this would be a really good binge show. The animation is fucking sexy. It's just absolute banger in terms of animation. And Denji, I like how he kind of subverts shit, I guess. I think it's cool. Was it overhyped? Is it overhyped? It's not like taking me by storm, though I think watching it weekly definitely makes impact lower than it would have been if I watched even just like 3 episode chunks, which I've noticed like 3 episode chunks is like the perfect bit to like get a really good taste of the story, get a feel for it, without like, binging 12 episodes in one day, without kind of overwhelming yourself. Because if you watch too many episodes of us in one day, it all starts to blur together. But if you do too little, it feels very like piecemeal. So I do like, I think 3 to 4 episodes is good, or I think even just 3. Anyways, I watched episode 3 today. It was fucking good. I think I'm going to stop here, and I'm going to wait like a few months, or like wait 2 months for like 6 episodes to come out, and just like boom, just go through them. I'm not going to look at any Reddit threads, nothing. No, I don't even use Twitter, because fuck Twitter, or not even just fuck Twitter. I don't know how to use Twitter. I'm such a boomer. But I'm not going to read the manga or anything. I'm not going to look at previews. Not going to read Reddit posts. Just gonna wait, and then we're gonna see. But so far I do like it. What else did I watch? There was another one today. Before Beast Tamers, I watched the more than a married couple, but less than lovers. So this story is basically set in high school, and you have in this school there's a very weird assignment where you have to live as a married couple with a random girl, or with a random pairing, for a whole year and you're graded on how good of a couple you are using an automatic system to somehow racks points together. So kind of like a dating sim game. Somehow it's automatically keeping track of your relationship level. Um, and it's kind of like the harem rom com trash like domestic girlfriend hentai plot of the season. But I'm really enjoying it. I'm actually really liking it. I think we've been seeing I've been seeing this trend, or I think I guess we've been seeing this trend kind of like past few seasons of show will use uh crazy ridiculous hentai plot to grab your attention, and then they'll actually try to write a cool story, or like it'll be like a good watch at least. Like it won't just be milking the extremely weird maybe plot. Um, so basically, in this story, there is you got your main character who's kind of a loser weeb, and he's got a friend, and he likes his child. He has a childhood female friend that he's in love with, and on the other end, you got this Gyaru like popular girl, and she likes this popular dude. And naturally, main character gets matched with the popular bitch and or the popular girl. She's actually really cool. I've actually been really liking her character. And childhood female friend gets matched with popular dude. So have that with like how you will, it's NTR the anime. But I was thinking that this plot, like as crazy and ridiculous maybe as it might seem at first, like why a school telling kids like high schoolers to live together, like opposite sex high schoolers to live together in a house for a year and then grading them and on how good of a couple they are, it seems like wow, that's crazy, right? But honestly, obviously it would never be possible in the real world, but I think there are like it is actually kind of interesting to think about that, like what would happen and like what they would learn through that process, because a lot of marriages don't end up so well. A lot of people or just relationships even get like forcing people to uh like grow in terms of like emotional grow in terms of an emotional sense, I think is actually pretty cool. And we do see the characters like kind of like tackle these kind of weird problems you don't really think about, like if you're forced into like an arranged marriage, like a two, like I guess you are forced into arranged marriage with somebody, and the girl you like is also forced into arranged marriage, let's say, and the girl you're married to likes the girl you like is arranged marriage too. What would happen? I don't know. Fuck me. Oh, I'm not editing this. I'm too fucking tired. Holy shit. But I do think there's value in me like putting how I'm feeling right now just into a video, because for me, I can put it into a Google Doc, but it doesn't really capture. My mental state at that point. It's hard for me to recall exactly how I was feeling, and if I'm feeling like kind of passionate about a show, like kind of excited about it. If I wait, 2 months and then they try to make a video again about it, my feelings probably have completely changed. I've forgotten things, obviously. Definitely, normally my passion will have it'll have been forgotten. So, but but if I kind of do some work ahead of time right now, just put it into words, just practice putting into words, practice talking about it. It's first of all, I can watch the video. To see what I was saying. But even if I don't, just like practicing crystallizing it into video, is actually I've realized it makes it a lot easier. So I mean, kind of like the Odd Taxi, like video. It wasn't really a video so much; it's just a rant. I did edit that one. This one's not going to be edited. But yeah, I mean, I've really been liking how in this show, obviously, both girls like him. Like the popular girl ends up, she ends up being like a total like sweetheart in a lot of ways, or like, just I wouldn't really even say subverting, because I kind of expected her to, popular girl is not actually like total bitch. She's actually going to be a nice person. That makes sense. But seeing it happen has been cool. And just kind of seeing how natural, I think, like how she's like kind of falling in kind of in love with the main character in a way. And I don't know. I love her kind of like her attitude of just like fuck it, just do it. I'm gonna go. If I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna go 100%. Like because the main character, he's a little bit wishy washy. You know, he is kind of representing the viewer in a lot of ways, I think, or the reader, because this comes from a manga. You're kind of high school wishy washy guy who plays video games, can't talk to girls. Maybe doesn't even want to talk to girls. I don't know, or is not confident in himself, but is kind of a nice guy. So I think kind of watching like fire and water turn into gas. I think it's just cool. I don't know, just enjoying it. The characters look good too, so that helps. Yeah, the director for the show, I looked, so there are two directors, and I'm not sure why there are two. I'm not too well versed in how the industry works, but one of them did work on To Love Ru, which is a very fan servicey show. I haven't watched it, I just know it's fan servicey. Maybe I'll watch it for a bit of, like, just a bit of reference material. But he did work. He worked on To Love Ru, and he's also working on this show. And the fan service is very good. Let me put it like very good, and yet still tasteful. It's not like completely in your face. It comes at good times. It comes at opportune moments. Where kind of the plot maybe asks for, most of the time, not always. There's a few incidents where maybe it wasn't asked for. They kind of just threw it in there. But yeah, that was one show I watched. I watched 3 episodes today. Pretty excited for that one. Another one I watched, Beast Tamer. So this is not an isekai. This is so you're following kind of the standard fantasy trope. You have the hero who's going to beat the Demon King. He has a party. He's got a mage. He's got a cleric. He's got a tank, and he has our main character, the Beast Tamer. Jiro, I think is his name. I actually can't remember. But yeah, Jiro. Jiro is the Beast Tamer. And a Beast Tamer tames beasts. So kind of is able to make contracts with animals to do what he wants. And first, I think words that come out of this anime is you're fired. Beast Tamer main character is fired from the party. So I really like how they took these tropes that, most anime watchers, most kind of otaku will be familiar with, and immediately branched and say, hey, here's something new. Here's Beast Tamer. This is a new class you probably don't know about. Not a lot of people, like, this is not really a common class in these kinds of shows. Even though in video games it typically exists, or it's not a completely new idea. It says, hey, we're gonna branch off right at this moment. We're gonna assume you know all the tropes, which I enjoy, or I appreciate. And we're gonna say, hey, this guy's fired. This is the plot. What's gonna happen now? Now that he's been fired, he's been betrayed by his friends that he thought were his friends, but weren't actually his friends. So our main character Jiro is wondering what is he gonna do next, and he's like, maybe I'll be an adventurer. And kind of in his flashbacks, thinking about the party, Jiro is like clearly like super, super wholesome. And I think the main draw of this show for me is how ridiculously wholesome this guy is. Not ridiculously, he's like kind of standard or like picture perfect tropish like main character wholesome. But we actually haven't seen that for a while. We haven't, like, people have tried so hard to subvert that, like, or maybe not people, but rather we haven't seen a lot of shows get animated where you have just this normal main character again, like kind of like Harry Potter, like wholesome guy who cares for his friends kind of thing, right? Most main characters these days, I feel like, try to subvert some kind of theme. They don't go for like the level 1 mix up of a wholesome main character guy, and I think the show does really well with it. So any fucking ways. So he's like, okay, I'll become an adventurer. And then while he's doing the adventurer's trial, he runs into Cat Girl. And he's like, oh, gotta save Cat Girl. So he goes up to save Cat Girl, and he tries to save her, and he puts himself in the line of fire, and it doesn't work. But then Cat Girl defeats the monster. And in this show, there's apparently like, they keep using this word or this phrase, ultimate species. I think they could have translated that a bit better. I think they used the word Saikyo or something, but I don't know. I'd have to check. But ultimate species, and one of them is, of course, the Cat Girl. So they can't use magic, but they're hella strong and can do amazing physical feats. So it's like, okay, Cat Girl. And uh basically cat girl like really likes him because this dude's super wholesome, super nice, clearly is not looking at her in a weird way because she's a cat girl, and like they're an endangered kind of ultimate species, one of the endangered ultimate species. But this dude is just like, hey, I care about you. I just wanted to save you. You can feel free to go. I'm not going to try to kidnap you or sell you to like weird people or anything. And she's like, cool, bet. Let's make a contract. Um, you're I was able to sense just looking at you that you're actually a super strong beast tamer. It's like, what? No, I was weak. The heroes party threw me out. They didn't want me because I was weak. But she's like, no, you're pretty strong. You're able to control all these different animals at once. Normally beast tamer can only control one animal at a time. He's like, oh, that's weird. At home everybody was like that. And there's also a flashback where he I think this is actually later, but there's a flashback later on where he's like, now that I'm with Cat Girl and I'm stronger, this will never happen again. And the flashback is of his home basically burning down. So clearly he's from some kind of special village, special with super strong beast tamers, and they got under some kind of attack. So, oh, and I kind of need to mention that the heroes part he was a part of with those four members, they're all super big dicks, and the show made a very big point of like, hey, these guys are fucking dicks who never cared about you at all. And he's still just like, yeah, it's okay. It's for the best kind of thing. But anyways, he makes a contract. Cat Girl's like, hey, make a contract with me. I think you can do it. Only a few people in the whole world, beast tamers in the whole world, can probably make a contract with a cat girl, but I think you can do it. So he does, and because he makes a contract with the cat girl, he gets enhanced physical abilities. And they do a really good job of animating cat girl. So first two episodes, I'd say the animation was okay. It was okay, but the animation for cat girl and every scene she was in and just around her, fucking amazing. Like they did such a good job just like making her like so cute, so moe, so just like I want to pet the fluffy ears, I want to stroke the tail kind of thing. And how to put it, he forms bond with cat girl and it's just super super wholesome. I think so there's two kind of I say there are a few draws to the show. So one is like that kind of like validation, that kind of satisfying like vindication we feel as like it's slowly revealed that actually this guy's a fucking boss. He's actually incredible, but he's just super humble all the time. Just super fucking humble. That's I think one big draw. Another one is the cat girl and the dragon girl that comes episode 3, and just watching the opening, there's going to be looks like 2 pixie girls and a fox girl. So clearly he's gathering some kind of harem, and the animation for the so far the dragon girl and the cat girl has been freaking insane and really cute and just really like fluffy, like happy feelings, I think, when I see them on the screen. Just see how they act, I guess. And honestly, I think that's that's the main draws. Those are the main draws of the show. And the first two episodes, the animation was a little bit lacking, maybe especially episode 2 when they start. The background characters and the bandits, they're like fighting whatever. They're pretty boring, really boring, really low quality. But the episode 3, they kind of like, I could see why they were boring, because they put a lot of effort into the animation episode 3, into the art, for Dragon Girl and the fight with Dragon Girl, and just the whole episode, all the like scenes where I would need to show clips, but just like the interactions between the our currently 3 party members, Dragon Girl, Cat Girl, and Jiro. And by the way, Cat Girl is Kaname and Dragon Girl is Tanya. And also Dragon Girl is voiced by, I'm pretty sure, Eris Boris Grey Rat, and they basically just took the same design, which is fitting. But yeah, I mean, just the interactions are super cute and just really well animated, just really pretty. And they also make a really good use of like chibi art style, so they will. The show is all overall pretty lighthearted, I'd say. Lighthearted with a tinge of like not revenge feeling, but maybe like a tinge of like it's not all fun and games, because you got this heroes party that is clearly like all the characters in the party are not good people. They're not nice people. We see like there's an additional scene thrown in where So our main character helps rescue this old man traveling through the woods, this old merchant man who's attacked by bandits. And it's revealed he had some guards, but those guards were actually two members from the hero's party who wanted to make some quick cash and then ran away when it started getting dangerous. So, I mean, this is clearly going to be some kind of theme. And then there's another scene also where, like, at the end of episode 3, the hero's like, the hero has recruited another beast tamer, probably because they realized that we actually need a beast tamer in our party to, like, carry our like inventories and stuff and like do things with animals because it's actually really useful. Which, I mean, that is one thing that's bugging me about the show, which is like when they're introducing beast tamers a class in episode 1, and they're like, man, all you do is carry all our provisions and gather a shit ton of herbs for us and do scouting for us and talk to animals and make contracts. And they're like, man, your shit, that's weak. And I was just thinking, man, that sounds hella useful. Like, that sounds like way more useful than just dude swings sword real hard, girl shoots fireball real like hot, like, or cleric I think is always useful, like healing. But besides the point, that's one thing that kind of like made me go like, sounds pretty good. I'm not sure I buy into that, but it's okay. They introduced it like as the very first thing, and you can just kind of roll with it. There's a little bit, you got the suspension of disbelief, and it only took like maybe this much out for me. And the rest of the show followed up pretty well. But what was I saying? Yeah, the hero's party. So I think the last scene in episode 3, the hero's like, man, this new beast tamer ain't gonna do it, so we're gonna get Jiro back. Is his name Jiro? I need to check. I feel like I'm pretty sure I feel like it's not Jiro. Jiro is in the Fufu, the married couple one. No, his name is Shroud. Oh my god, Shroud. So Shroud, he's like, we need to get Shroud back. And we need him so we can progress to the Lost Woods. But then after we get out of the Lost Woods, we're just gonna dump him again, which doesn't really make sense. If it's really important to have a beast tamer, why would you dump him? But clearly this guy's just an evil idiot. So okay, I can vibe with that. That's fine. I can accept that. I got this much disbelief left. It's only taken a little bit, so that's okay. But yeah, enjoying this one as well. And the last one I watched today, what did I watch? What was the name of it? It's all blur now. It's 23 p.m. right now. No, I only watched. Yeah, I didn't watch anymore. So, those. Oh no, I did. I watched half the second half, episode 2 and episode 3 of I'm the Villainous, so I'm taming the final boss. Which I dropped at the start of the season because I didn't really. They kind of threw a lot of characters at us in episode 2, and it was pretty overwhelming, pretty boring. I'd say they got into like kingdom management, like economic stuff, but not really. They were just like kind of felt like idle chit chat. But I powered through it for a bit, and I kind of just accepted like, hey, I'm actually not going to be invested in all these side characters because they threw like 6 or 7 all at once. It was super overwhelming. I just realized I kind of want to try. I want to at least get to episode 3 of this show. So probably the best way to enjoy it is just don't pay attention to any of the side characters. Just like fuck it, or like these specific side characters who are like doing just like helping rebuild the Demon Lord's castle. I was like, fuck it, not gonna watch. They're not gonna try to get invested because I'm just gonna be invested in the main characters for now, which and I think ended up being a good choice because it was very frustrating trying to piece like together like why are these side characters here, because there was not a lot of reason for them to be here except to be side characters, which is okay. That's not necessarily a bad thing. But then episode 3 came, and episode 3 was a fucking banger. It was a fucking banger. So let me see what happens episode 3. So Eileen, the Villainous, our main character, wants to go to the ball with the Demon Lord, and she's wrongfully accused of blackmailing her fiance, soon to be ex-fiance, who is the Demon Lord's brother, blackmailing his lover, his mistress or whatever, going to be new fiance, Lilia, saying stuff like, if you don't leave forever and give me back Cedric, Prince Cedric, and let me marry him again or be his fiance again, I'm going to like kidnap you or something. And we kind of moved away from like the kingdom management stuff back into like what I think is more core of the show, which is the Demon Lord character, the villainess, you know, doing this the smacky, you know, taming the Demon Lord, falling in love or whatever, and Cedric being a little pussy bitch, Lilia being, honestly, I don't know what to make of her character. She is clearly after this episode 3, she's clearly shady, but she also, I didn't, there weren't really any hints to it. She seemed pretty wholesome all of the way throughout, so just more mystery there. Anyways, it turned out Lilia was blackmailing herself so she could do something with or get rid of the villainess so she could like talk to the Demon Lord, and apparently they have some connection. So I'm more invested again, and the animation was very good for episode 3. So yeah, and they did have one really good flashback scene. So the end after the ball, Eileen and what is the Demon Lord's name? Oh, I can't actually remember. Katemimashita. Claude. Yeah, Prince Claude. So the Demon Lord Claude. So he goes in for a kiss after the ball. And as his lips touch hers, there's like this flashback scene where Eileen sees the Demon Lord crouching on the ground saying some shit like, "There is no more humans for me to protect. I've lost everything I loved," or something. And he turns into a big dragon. And that is, for a bit of context that I skipped on, this show is an isekai and Eileen is the isekai. She is the reincarnation of somebody from our normal world who is, who was playing this otome game, like this, like I guess game for girls, like visual novel type game for girls. And then she got after she died. I forget how she died. Probably got hit by a truck. I'm pretty sure it's getting hit by a truck because what else is it normally? And she got reincarnated into the game. And in the original game, this Demon Lord is the final boss, and at the end he goes bananas. He turns into a dragon because something happened. They don't tell us, but clearly, I think it's looking like it's because he was betrayed by somebody. That somebody is probably Lilia, the main character in the original game. Now the main character is Eileen. Not being the most clear, but yeah. I didn't want to just upload junk. This isn't junk, but it's like not edited. It's going to be hard to watch. 30 minutes. Who's going to watch this? Chris, please don't watch this. Please don't watch this video. But I do think I need to like vocalize things. It doesn't have to be in front of a camera, but it is better if it's in front of a camera. I'm not sure why. I think I just don't do it anymore if it's not in front of the camera. I don't, because I used to like kind of just naturally do this in my head, but now, like I typically, I wouldn't speak out loud like this unless I was like really vibing with myself. Like I was really feeling it. Then I start talking to myself like this, actually almost identically like this. But it wouldn't always be, I wouldn't always be in that state, but putting a camera in front of my face saying this is for a video or whatever, we're going to put it somewhere, kind of just like draws it out more naturally or on demand, you know, a la carte on demand. But yeah, my head was really hurting today. So I left work at like 3. And it was hurting even, 40 minutes ago before I decided to just fuck it, come down, just record some bullshit. It feels better now. Though. I had like 6 pieces of baklava. It was actually like 6 pieces. It was like super sweet baklava, and I think the sugar messed with my insulin levels. I just felt instantly super drained, not just like sleepy, because sugar can apparently make you sleepy. It also bloated my stomach like really quickly. And I just went for like a 4-mile run with my friend. So I thought, yeah, it'd be fine. I can have some sugar. But 6 pieces of baklava was probably like 100 grams of sugar at least. It was so sweet, maybe more. It might have been like 150, 200 even. 6. I think each one I would expected probably 15 to 20 grams. So yeah, legitimately probably like 100 grams of sugar, which is way too fucking much. Especially when I hadn't I hadn't ate dinner yet at that point, so it was on an empty stomach too. So just like a really bad idea, but that shit like nuked me. It fucking nuked me. To be fair, I had 3 before dinner. I think I had 3 after. I just finished all of them after dinner, but that shit fucking took me out. Oh man, I was not okay. Still like feeling some effects right now. But even before that, I was tired today at work. I think writing a tech design takes a lot out of me. A little bit more than writing code because I can write code on autopilot better than I can do a tech design. A tech design, like writing English words, do have to like be feeling that creative mood. If I push through it like forcefully, it's really fucking jarring compared to forcing it with code. Code is also very jarring, but well, for code it depends, because code, if it's a really stupid simple item, I can go in autopilot. If it's an item that needs thinking, then yes, it's equally jarring as writing a tech design on with no like inner motivation or passion or whatever for it. I don't want to say passion because I want to save my passion from work as best as I can, and obviously it's not completely possible to remove any passion I have from my work, at least for me. But it's not something I'm gonna give for free for now. It's gonna be more measured, and it has been more measured these past few days, past like few weeks even. Been pretty happy about that. Pretty happy. But this video is, oh my gosh, such a fucking mess. It's okay. It's okay. Just gonna fucking ship it.